Saudi Arabia was playing against Iran, and during the soccer match, someone had thrown, or a bunch of people had thrown numerous objects onto the field. Well, one of the Iranian soccer players picked up one of the objects, and look what happened.
لنا هي الآن مسكها. شوف
تخيل كم ثانية؟
واحد. مشيها
مشيها
يلا
تمشي بس هي لأنه لقطة مسجلة الحين.
أوكي. 1 2 3 4 5 ثواني 5 ثواني وتنفجر في
أكثر بشوية يعني. أو يعني أقل ترى، لأن هي أنت تحسبها بالحركة البطيئة. أقل من 5 ثواني تتكلم عنها.
يعني معقول حتى لو 5 ثواني.
شوف انفجارها، شوف تأثير انفجارها.
حتى لو 5 ثواني ترى يا حمد ما هو يعني.
So if he had thrown that a second later, it would have exploded in his hand. And it's amazing how like nonchalantly he threw it. He didn't know it was a grenade.
He must have thought it was fake, of course. Look, that was the first time I saw that video. I'm leaning in to watch it, and as soon as they circled it, obviously I don't know what they're talking about. I was like, oh my God, I think that might be a grenade. And man, that is sick. And by the way, if you threw the grenade and you're on one side or the other, how do you know who it's going to hit?
Exactly.
How do you know who's going to pick it up? How do you know if it's not going to be your guy? Look, man, I know soccer hooligans sometimes get out of control, and I never understand it. Like, I guess they're just looking for some sort of excuse to be, you know, violent and ridiculous, etc. Whether it's England or it's, you know, any of these countries, right? But this is worse than I've ever seen in my life.
Do you really see the sporting event as an excuse to get violent, or do people really get emotionally involved in these games? I mean,
No, those soccer hooligans in Europe, look, they get drunk, I get it. They get a little emotional, of course, right? But they know going in they're going to be violent. They know they're going to try to pick fights. They know they're going to go out there and cause damage, etc. No, they're unbearable. And then there's the idiots who fire guns into the air after soccer matches. And
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and I've told this story before. For a while in Turkey, it was so prevalent, people would hide in their bathtubs after soccer matches so they wouldn't get shot, because there's tall apartment buildings in Istanbul. They shoot the guns into the air, it goes into an apartment building, kills somebody, right? And now it's gotten so bad they're throwing grenades on there. Are they going to bring RPGs next into the stadium?
Okay, so I know that, you know, with people who are fans of football, maybe it doesn't get to that extent, right? But I've definitely seen you get emotional over football.
Me? No.
Like you catch some feelings, right?
Oh, you should have. This weekend I'm watching football, and my dad's like, "Is he going to be okay?" Like, he got really worried. And I'm like, "God damn it!" Right? Why? Because Marcus Colston fell on the 1-inch line. If he just got an extra inch, both of my Rotis players would have gotten 12 extra points, or they would have gotten 6 points apiece.
That was quite a disappointing play.
Yeah, but you know what I didn't do in regard to that? I didn't throw a grenade at anybody.
That's true.
Yeah, I just get mad at my, you know, in my own living room, and then in my rage, eat another nutty bar. So if people kept it at that level, everything would be fine. But somehow soccer's got to find a way to get this under control, because of all the sports, you know. And look, I know after basketball matches, sometimes win or lose, there's some riots, the cars burn, which is also insanity, right? And it's obviously because soccer, as we call it in America, or football as everybody else calls it, is the most prevalent sport. It's the one that people watch the most. So those are all good reasons for why there's more violence in soccer, right? But this is outside the bounds of reason, and they've got to reel it back in somehow.
Don't we often have riots after like basketball games and things like that?
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes we do, but not nearly to the level that soccer does.
Yeah, maybe there are no grenades involved, but you know, flipping cars over.
No, I'm telling you, man. Look, if you read some of the stories of those hooligans, it turns your stomach. Okay. No, they attack people for no goddamn reason and do tremendous damage. Like
the baseball game, the Dodgers game, where the people beat up
that one. That was extraordinary, right? Whereas I feel like soccer hooligans do it all the time. Now I'm going to get a lot of people pour hate on me, like, "Oh no, you're being unfair to soccer. Start calling it football." I know, but here we call it soccer, so just calm down, okay? But that's just the reality of it, and I like it. And it's kind of ironic because soccer appears to be kind of a soft game, and then all of a sudden their fans are like needlessly hardcore.
They don't get concussions and things like that from playing their sport. Is that what you're referring to?
I know. By the way, okay, Look, just everybody bring it down. 10, 2. You're at a 10, you need to be at a 2. The guy throwing the grenade was at 200 when he needed to be at a 0. But anyway, no. Look, I know. American football is silly. Like, soccer's a perfectly good, I like soccer, I watch soccer all the time, etc. It's a perfectly good sport. It's perfectly hard. Okay?
Some of your best friends are soccer players?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? I even made fun. No, now I'm watching it like every 2 years.
Who won the Champions League last year?
Champions League. Chelsea. What now? What now? All right. Yeah, here's a grenade at you. Okay. And yes, American football is needlessly violent on the field. The average age of a football player dying is like 55. That's crazy.